Internet, I'm me, and this is my new camera. I hope you like it. And welcome to Kamen Rider fourze, episode, I think it's 8. But anyway, this is a very good very good Kamen Rider episode. Most likely because this is the Kamen Rider fourze episode where we finally get to see all the Kamen Rider Club come together. And after all this time of just building up the characters, of getting one character in and another character in and another character, they finally get all the characters in one place, get them all ready to go, and I am so happy for it. So this episode is actually filled with a lot of things, and I'm actually going to start off with the beginning. Of course, we had, as you know, in the last Kamen Rider fourze, Tomoko, this is a Tomoko episode, because she is the last one, the emo goth chick, to get into the Kamen Rider fourze Club, or Kamen Rider Club. I want to call it Kamen Rider fourze Club because, well, you're on the moon and it's ran by Kamen Rider fourze. Might as well. But, in this one, of course, Tomoko was dealing with some people saying they're witches, and Kisarigi and all of them are, dealing with a witch thing, and like, oh, it's superstition, no, wait, no, they have magic, turns out one of them is a Zodiart, so that's how they got their power. And of course, it's a fire Zodiart, and, of course, this is the Kamen Rider fourze, and he gets a state, fire state, and so on and so forth. In this episode, Tomoko actually is given a switch, or an astro switch. I'm not going to tell you what happens to it at the end. Okay, yes I will, but later. But for now, we think she's about to henshin. But, there's the whole thing of, don't switch, but I do want to switch. Don't switch, but I do. No, yes, no, yes, no. But, but no, of course she doesn't switch, and I mean, I kind of wanted her to, because I really wanted to see what she would look like as a Zodiart. I mean, she's kind of hot anyway, so might as well. But anywho, they, of course, the witches, get the upper hand and leave, and and Kisarigi is like, oh man, shoot, we'll get him next time. And of course, they all go back to the, moon base, and, think about how, of course, the Zodiac was giving everybody else powers by just telekinesis and pyrokinesis, using the telekinesis to make things splish around or explode by, pretty much throwing them. Like, when the water was being thrown around in the pool, she just manipulated the water to swirl around. And of course, the pyrotechnics, pyrokinesis, was of course when they set the place on fire. They never specifically say what it is. I don't think it's a locker room, but it might be an outdoor locker room. I don't know. But anyway, of course, Kisarigi is blamed, of course, for this, for setting the things on fire, even though he didn't do it. And the students are telling the teachers it is a witch. And of course, the witches are walking through the hallways like bitches and badasses, which is kind of hot, but I digress, and we're going to continue on. So, what happens? Well, of course, Kisarigi is like, you know what, we gotta find Tomoko. They go over to Tomoko's house. Hilarity ensues with Tomoko's mom, because she thinks that, oh, look, she has normal friends. Kisarigi comes in with his weird hair and leather jacket, and she goes, you're not normal. Uh-oh. Ding. But, yeah, of course, we finally get to see Tomoko without makeup, and she looks pretty nice. Again, hot. And she runs away, saying that she will turn the switch on to get off of the planet. So what Kamen Rider fourze does is the smartest thing I've probably seen him do this whole season. He turns into Kamen Rider fourze, grabs her, does the rocket hand, flies her over to the rabbit. I want to call it the rabbit hole, but whatever. The locker that sends him to the moon, gets on the moon and puts her there, and goes, in a spacesuit, of course, and goes, there. Does it look like, there, you're off the planet, now what? Here, we can be here. And they have the little pep talk, and they go back onto Earth. She Tomoko is actually torn between the witches and the Kamen Rider fourze Club, and they're going back and forth. And of course, Tomoko does the right thing and goes against the witches and joins up with the Kamen Rider fourze Club. And Kamen Rider fourze goes into his fire state, figures out that his fire state can absorb fire as well as dish it out, absorbs the fire, knocks the main witch out, turns off the last one switch, and they all live happily ever after, with Tomoko now part of the Kamen Rider fourze Club, and throwing the unused Astro switch into a lake. Yeah, she was real help. Okay, problems with this episode. Not many. I really don't care about the problems in this episode because this episode was actually pretty fun. I actually liked most of this episode and how it dealt with people. And especially the part where Tomoko actually gets onto the moon and comes back to talk to the witches. Because she says the witches are still trying to convince her that if you go to the moon, you'll be fine. And she says, no, I've already been to the moon. And it's cold. And it's lonely. And the only thing that's warm are friends. And I actually really liked that. And I liked this episode because of that. So pretty much this episode is a good 9 out of 10. It's not bad. It's pretty awesome. They got rid of all the annoying 3, 2, 1 crap when he henshins. Not the sound, but like the visual 3, 2, 1. It actually changed up the camera angles when he actually does henshin, which was pretty cool. Made it a little more interesting. So, other than that, I say watch the episode. I'll have subs in the description. And until next time, y'all, peace.